Welcome, everybody, to Den Excelsior, the mostly Marvel show. I'm your host, Ricky. With me, as always, Dennis.
I love that you can't even get the name of the podcast right.
My dog was barking, so I was not in.
Fair
I was
enough.
not present for that last sentence I just said.
Den Excelsior, the mostly Marvel podcast, available wherever you stream your podcasts. I think so, right?
Something like that. It's
Yeah.
episode 197, talking about Peacemaker, season 2, episode 5. Happy belated birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah. How was your big day?
It was cool. I just went back. I went back to the place that we hung out on at Comic-Con. I went to Arcade Monsters in the evening.
Do they update their equipment there?
Occasionally, but I don't think there was anything particularly new there that I recall. Yeah, the 4-player Pac-Man, one of the joysticks is broken.
No.
So that's an update. No, I can't think of anything. Yeah, but it's still fun. It's still fun to go find random games. Like
I had a good time there. I want to go back.
Ian went to for his first time there, and our friend JR went there too. And so we had just fun playing all kinds of games, eating garbage food, and then I kind of the birthday celebration kind of continued on the Saturday. I watched the WrestlePalooza, the new WWE PLE. It was
John Cena get destroyed.
Yeah, that part was really dumb. But the Io Sky Stephanie Vaquer match was top notch. That was a really amazing performance. And then the day after that, I had to go to a wedding for our good friend Travis. And that
Congrats, Travis.
That was insane. Yeah, so we'll have to have Travis back on the show at some point soon, so you can nerd out and tell us all about his perspective on marriage now. But yeah, no, it was a long weekend, man, and I'm just tired from it. So I'm happy to just be mellowing out on this Tuesday. It's fine Tuesday. I honestly really wanted to try and watch Alien Earth before I came to this show, because I believe it's the finale, but I just didn't have the time to do it.
There's also Kimmel on right now.
Oh, is he on right now? Well, Alien Earth was on at 5:00. I meant
6 o'clock.
My Hulu said it was 5:00.
Okay.
Just before anybody gets upset, I was not one of the people who canceled my Hulu, mostly because we have a Marvel Zombies coming out this weekend or this week, right? I believe
in 4 hours.
Oh, in 4 hours. It comes out today. So I had my own self-interest, but if it's any consolation to you, my choice to protest the temporary removal of Jimmy Kimmel was to not give Disney any more of my money, and I used a VPN to watch WrestlePalooza on Saturday instead.
We condone internet crimes.
I don't think that's an internet crime.
I think that's the internet gray area.
Maybe it's an internet gray area. That's true.
I'm sure some T's and C's were broken.
Hey, the people who watch our show, they're cool. I actually ran into a few of them at Travis's wedding, and that was fun to know that, like, maybe we don't have as many live people on all the time, and that's okay, because I think we have a general rule to be very cautious about acknowledging our live audiences anyways, because sometimes we get some hate speech on there, like it's the usual thing that happens with being live on the internet. So we try to be really cautious to not take bait and stuff. And so it's no offense to anybody who is genuinely coming on our show to in the comments to say nice things or greet us. We're just a little gun shy. That's all,
You don't have
guys.
to apologize to them.
Well, no, I'm apologizing to the cool people that I now know are regularly watching this show and sometimes feel the need to bomb us with love. We appreciate you and thank you for your support. So there you go. That's all.
Gracias.
Mhm. Ricky appreciates you too, even though he can't really express it. I see.
Mm-hmm. We played Fortnite over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
That
We
Michael
did do
Jackson
that on
thing
Saturday
was something
before.
else.
We did that on Saturday before the rest of Palooza. Yes. The Michael Jackson horror level is pretty impressive. It's pretty good.
I think that just reaffirmed my stance on like, I don't think I'm gonna let my kids on the internet.
It's gonna be a tall order for
Like,
sure, Ricky.
Roblox and Fortnite.
By the way, I've heard Fortnite has banned thousands of players because of Delulu.
I can imagine. Yeah, so
There's
they have
been a
this
lot of
new
hate
game
speech going
mode
on.
where it's encouraged to talk to strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Lots
of bans.
There is no age rating on Fortnite, is there?
It's E for everyone, but
I thought for a while they didn't do it because they weren't. It wasn't launched.
It's T
right?
for teen, but that is for the main experience, and they qualify that other modes may have different maturity levels.
Yeah, that game.
So I believe
wild.
like Lego is E for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
and then so it's they got a way around, like they figured out a way to rate different parts of the game. Yeah.
As much as that game, I do love that game. I don't want to like it's not like I'm knocking on Fortnite. I think it's the UGC stuff where it gets like a little interesting, but god damn it, the quest to fulfill my every desire. There is a Daft Punk event on Saturday.
There is,
and I'm just prepared to spend $40 on fake digital costumes. It's just what I have to do.
it's they got something for everybody.
They got Tron, they got Daft Punk. What else am I missing? If they can put in monster trucks, specifically the Gravedigger, I think I'm set.
I don't think that's a tall order for them.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah.
There is a monster truck movie coming out next year with The Rock in it.
They added the Batmobile this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty nuts, dude.
There was monster trucks in Fortnite a few seasons ago, right? Yeah, you can get the big wheels.
You can get big wheels on your cars, yeah, but they weren't necessarily monster trucks. But yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, what have you been nerding out on this week?
Aside from that, sports is back. So I've been going pretty hard at sports. It's cool. I know you might not care, but I've been going to games now for like this will be like the 5th year. So it's interesting to see like their in-game experience evolve at the stadium. To the point where like you kind of just like know people like, oh, they didn't bring back this announcer this year, or they didn't bring back this kind of there's like a DJ they didn't bring back. It's always interesting like the first week to like see who got cut or who is not on the specifically the entertainment portion of the game. So that's always like a little fun meta drama that I get to have for my first week at these things. Aside from that, I'm trying to think what I did Saturday aside from play with you. I did do something. I went to go see I went to the Oscar Museum. I went to the Academy Museum in downtown LA.
Okay.
It's next to LACMA. If you've never been there, it's a really beautiful building. It's a really cool museum too. But I saw Born in East LA for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, and Cheech was there, so Cheech did a little conversation with. Shit, his name's slipping me now. The moderator was the guy who directed Book of Life. I've met him a few times at Comic-Con because he's done a lot of their like Nickelodeon cartoons. But it was them two moderating. Then they showed Born in East LA. Spoilers are making a Born in East LA 2, Reborn in East LA.
Is it with Cheech?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Cheech is involved. I don't know if it's with Cheech.
I saw a video of him recently where he ate some gummy that was like, you know, like super strong, and it just took him out harder than anything he's ever smoked before in his life. Like, that's saying a lot about the quality of the edibles that are available today.
Yes, we were not meant to fly this high.
No.
That movie's great. I think it's topical for obviously things that are going on today. But that movie, I feel like, comes out in an era where like it just kind of wraps up. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, Ricky. It's been like 35 years since I've watched Born in East LA. Like,
I don't think that's a Born in East LA problem. I think it's just like a movies of that time where it's like it's kind of gag, or specific like comedies, like it's like gag after gag after gag. And all right, cool, 90 minutes are up. Let's end it. And then it just kind of ends in a parade, which most of the comedies do end in some sort of parade or festival.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very simple. It's a much simpler time to an issue that we were still, or a much simpler, I guess, more optimistic take on what we're dealing with currently.
Yeah, the movie experience was just a different thing back then, you know, like way less expectations. It was really just about like, can you entertain me for an hour and a half while I grope my girlfriend?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what a movie was. Yes.
That was fun. I recommend, if you have not gone to that museum, I would say go there. And then the screenings are actually kind of cool too, because they're actually relatively, they're meant to be affordable. It's only like $10 to go see a movie there. But just the cool stuff in that building, it's pretty insane. Some of the movie history that lives there.
So it's the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences.
Yes. So right now they have a big Jaws exhibit with a bunch of Jaws stuff, but inside they have stuff from like the actual Oscar presentation, but then a lot of actual like movie props and pieces as well. Yeah.
Cool.
That was my highlights.
I nerded out on a couple episodes of Gen V.
That show good? I didn't watch the first season. Did they handle the issue of the guy dying with grace?
Yeah, they made it an important part of the story. So they had to do rewrites for the story. Obviously, this character dies heroically off screen. And
is he in it at all though? Because I know they did film stuff with him.
I haven't seen anything with him yet. They did audio. They did an audio track, like where you can hear him dying, basically. But no, the first episode of this season starts with the words "for chance," you know, and it was dedicated to him because, you know, he was the second lead on the show, and he died in a car accident, right? Like, I think
motorcycle accident.
Motorcycle, vehicular death, yeah. And it's sad because, you know, like, that's like, what do? You have the choice of either recasting your actor or letting the character die. And I think something is to be said about either way, either choice. But I think the real problem I have with Gen V as a show is it's a spin-off of The Boys, for anybody who doesn't know. But I'm gonna be honest. There's a reason I like The Boys. It's The Boys. It's not the world. Like, I like the characters more than I like the world. I think the world is just a mirror held up to our own, but with a superhero, skew. But like,
I agree.
I think Butcher and Huey and Frenchie and Homelander and Starlight, and, like, you know, I could name them all. They're amazing characters. They're characters that make you want to tune in every week to see what they are going to do. And I think the problem with Gen V is it's trying to expand on the world. And I swear to God, I'm on season 2 and I still don't know their names.
I mean,
I don't know most of their names.
We're getting Mexican boys, a Mexican version of the boys.
Yeah,
apparently soon with
I don't mind
Luna.
Like I don't know that I mind,
or Diego Luna. Yeah,
like I don't know that I mind doing a parallel like team like the boys where they're going after hoop superheroes the same way as the boys. That to me that tells me, hey, maybe these characters will also be interesting. But Gen V isn't really about it. Doesn't inspire me to be like, ooh, who are the characters? You know what I mean? So there are characters. Don't get me wrong. I just don't find them interesting, and I don't find their storylines interesting. And it feels like the second season's more desperate because it keeps bringing in characters from the boys.
more boys show up.
So Starlight's been in it. Homelander's been in it. The Deep has been in it. It's a lot. It's a lot of characters that just keep showing up, and it's like, okay, I guess that's cool. I don't know. So yeah, I'll stick it out because I believe this is supposed to be the final season of it because I don't think they want to keep doing more of this show.
Because the boys is wrapping up too.
Oh, is it? Is it really?
Yeah, this next season of the boys is it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Of the prime boys prime is ending with the next season,
and then we'll have like the Amigos or something. What will the other show be?
What's the other Gail Garcia, Bernard, Gayu, right? Yeah, it's they're doing the Latin boys spinoff. That's still TBD. Yeah.
I can't think of anything else I've been nerding out on. I mean, other than I've been watching a lot of NXT just to kind of catch up on that one. I don't recommend that to everybody. That's a special beast.
Do you ever does backyard wrestling do anything for you?
I've seen real life like backyard type wrestling, and it's not it doesn't do anything for me. I don't know.
Okay.
I think if the characters are strong enough, I'll stick around. You know what I mean? Like the reason I'm enjoying NXT is because there are some characters that are interesting, and I'm interested to see them develop themselves into something better and eventually get promoted and stuff. But yeah, it's not. I can't recommend that for everybody. I'm trying to think what other thing I've been watching that's nerdy. I mean, Alien Earth last week was nuts. I mean, did you watch last week's episode?
I'm behind.
Oh. It was quite violent. It was.
Well, it ends today. It's over now.
More violence. More violence is happening today for sure. Yeah.
I saw the director of Aliens is not. Romulus is not coming back for the second one, but he did write it. Yeah, that was his. He said he didn't want to do it, but he also did it. It's a sequel to Romulus
with the same characters.
With the same characters that is written by the original director.
Okay.
Specifically to avoid an Aliens 3 situation. So, like, okay, if you're gonna do it, then.
But Joss Whedon wrote that one.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh. He's gone now, right? Like he just dipped out.
Well, he tried to do one last thing with that HBO superhero, like Victorian age show. I can't remember what it was. And it was right when people were calling for him to be just gone, and HBO just couldn't get his name off of that thing, and so they just decided to cancel the show because it just never.
You think Bryan Singer gets a credit on Doomsday?
On Doomsday. Oh, on Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
Probably. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe special thanks. Maybe a special thanks. Excuse me. It's hard to say. But yeah, I think I mean, in fairness, they are rebooting Buffy. So
is that his like creation, or is that his
Yeah.
in that adaptation? Oh,
no, that's his. He created Buffy, and the movie was his too. He wrote the movie.
I work a few blocks away from where they filmed Buffy. The high school specifically, and
Oh, okay.
I am multiple times driving past it. There are like very obviously Buffy people there, like taking pictures.
Yeah. I just found out there's like a new Buffy documentary coming out soon. So yeah, it's kind of hard. Like, it's hard to get away from Joss because Buffy and Avengers. You know what I mean? Like, those are huge in pop culture. You know what I mean? Like, it's. I think people are willing to.
Would you rather have Buffy or the Avengers, specifically the Avengers movie that we got? You had to erase one piece of pop culture.
Oh, I'd probably take Buffy over that, because it's not like he's the only person. We know now that he's not the only person that can do the Avengers.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
He just was at the time. You know what I mean? He was. We were sure that he was our savior at the time. But the reason I was excited about Avengers was because this person who created Buffy, Angel, and Firefly, in my mind, could do no wrong at the time. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't have had the faith going into Avengers if it wasn't for Buffy.
Fair enough.
And Faith, who was a character in Buffy. Yes. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't have a lot of like anticipation for the reboot, but sadly, that's probably because I don't think he's involved in it. And I know that's bad, because I know that's a bad thing to say, because like I know that he treated women horribly, and you know, they're probably creating a better space for them. But I mean, at the end of the day, it seems to be the creepos who have the most creativity. That's what we learned from our good friend Frank.
You should have quit while you're ahead. On that note, we'll pivot, the impossible pivot, to some news. I did not have it in my formal news, but I realized we should probably talk about it. That Mando and Grogu trailer finally dropped. You know, we did a show a while back about that IP.
I still never edited our final 2 episodes of that show.
You know, the lost tapes.
I still have the stuff. I just never got around to it. So apologies.
It looks like more Mando. I'm happy for more Mando, but it looks like made for TV.
Hell yeah, it does. No, you are not the first person I've heard say that in the last 2 days. A lot of the internet is saying that we were at least hoping for a trailer that would justify why we have to pay more money for this version of Mando than the other ones. And I mean, that trailer did nothing.
Where you live, you're probably paying less.
No, what I'm saying, like what I mean is, I see what you're saying, but I'm saying, like, you know, we're already paying for Disney Plus. Now you're making me go to the theaters to also pay to watch a movie that won't make sense unless I go home and watch the first 3 seasons of
brand synergy, baby.
Yeah, but
I mean, like, that's been Marvel's game.
But to go back to, well, no, that wasn't Marvel. That was Disney that made Marvel do that. Remember, Marvel before Disney was just.
They are one and the same now.
I know, but I'm saying when it started, it was just movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, no, I think it is a cool thing that we're getting Star Wars movies back in the theater. But let's not forget your original statement. It looks like a TV show.
Yes.
It looks like it's made for TV. And I'm not saying that necessarily in a bad way, because let's be honest, The Mandalorian is one of the best looking TV shows on TV. It gives us Star Wars, like the Star Wars experience on TV, the same way.
Season 1 of Mando, I think, was a cut above a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, but it's operating at that high level the way the Alien Earth is, right? Alien Earth is not sacrificing anything to give us an alien experience on TV, and that's great. But like at the same time, what makes Alien Earth so rad is we get to live in that world for like 8 episodes. What makes The Mandalorian so awesome is that we get to live in Star Wars land every week for like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever. So I don't know, man. I don't know what about this trailer is compelling me to be excited for it.
My wish is that it ends like the movie is a book close, because that's the one like weird thing with Mando, right? Like there is kind of like a weird built-in expiration date with that story.
Yes, I feel like I always felt like,
because where it takes place in the timeline, but more specifically is that they choose to have him interact with key players in that specific, battle or whatever.
yeah,
Like
I need
that
him to die.
that specific conflict.
I need him to die before he becomes the Forrest Gump of Star Wars.
Yeah, so
right?
he dies. He goes off to a different part of the galaxy. But yeah, we're creeping closer and closer to that like breaking point.
Yeah,
and that's
I would like to see a Grogu story that takes place like 50, 100, 200 years in the future, where he's just a badass Mandalorian with ears hanging out
young
of his
Grogu smoking pot, smoking spice.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I haven't even shown that video to most of my friends, because I was like, or like my wife and stuff, like I didn't bother, because it's like there was nothing in it that content wise that was like, yes, this is what I need. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, here's Star Wars things that are in the trailer, and that like there's no glimpse of story. We don't know what the plot is. You know what I mean? Like, and I know we'll get another trailer later that gives us the plot, but that teaser did not tease me in any way, and I was kind of sad for that.
Disney needed a diversion this week, and that's exactly what that trailer purpose was.
Reels, and I don't think it succeeded though. The videos I've been seeing have all been reacting the same way you and I are right now.
Yeah, they also chose to raise Disney Plus prices, or announce that they're going to raise Disney Plus prices.
Right? I know. I got the email.
You guys got to push things back a bit.
Conversely, I don't know if you know this, and it might still be available, but if you try to cancel it, you can lock in a super low price for 6 months, because they want to not have people canceling their platform right now. So just throwing that out there.
I do the triple option, so I keep all 3 for the low price of expensive, and don't worry about it.
Is it HBO or ESPN?
ESPN, yeah.
Yeah, I do the HBO triple. There's no bundle for all 4.
Well, because HBO's still like this. It's all gonna be weird. It's all gonna be weird till next year once Hulu dies.
Well, it's gonna be weird also when Paramount buys Time Warner.
Well, that too, and then right, it's Skydance and
yeah, Paramount. Yeah. Skydance is trying to buy it, even though Time Warner is worth more.
Netflix threw their hat in the ring too for Warner Brothers. So
it's It's weird. It's getting weird.
You're telling me we're gonna get a pretty sick Space Jam?
This is late stage capitalism in real time. We're watching right now.
All right,
Yeah.
let's cruise through some of the news.
Okay, cool.
This is a cool feel good one. Marvin Jones III, the gentleman who played Tombstone in this Enter the Spider-Verse. Not Into the Spider. What's the first one called? Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the
Into the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. The gentleman who voiced Tombstone in that movie just confirmed today that he is returning for the third movie, but even more importantly,
Lost your audio.
more importantly, he is joining Brand New Day as Tombstone. So he's doubling up on the Tombstone-ness.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think this actor also, he's an old MMA fighter. He also
was
played
in Black Lightning, right?
Yes, he played a character in Black Lightning who is also an albino, like gangster villain. I honestly cannot remember the name of the character because I get him confused because like there's a character in Venture Brothers that's like a parody of his character. It's like a combination of this character and Kingpin. Anyways, I thought it was really cool that he got to play this albino character from the comics in Black Lightning. And I thought it was also really cool when he got to play Tombstone. So I'm gonna be real. Like, I'd kind of be weirded out if anybody else did play Tombstone besides this man. You know what I mean? Like,
so
let's have
Tombstone is an African American with albinism. Albinism.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And so I was
casting correctly. There's not a lot.
Yeah, so I was kind of weirded out by the Tombstone in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man because I'm like, oh, you're not an albino. Okay. I mean, that's a very small percentage of the population, and I think representation matters, and I think it's super cool that we actually have a man that can play that part. Like he's a big man. He's a very intimidating guy.
He is
like size-wise.
He has a Tombstone build.
Physically. Yeah, exactly. So I think this is awesome. Cool. Let him play Tombstone in many universes. It's cool. What else you got?
Is he going to be the Damian Lillard of like the Shaggy? Just take reign over Shaggy for a couple years.
You mean Matt Lillard?
Oh, Matt Lillard. Yeah. Sorry. Say Damian Lillard. It's a basketball player.
Yes, he can be the Matt Lillard of Tombstones.
James Gunn has completed the script of the next movie in the DCEU, which is not a Superman sequel, or is this not Superman 2, but Man of Tomorrow.
Sounds like a Superman sequel.
It sounds like a Superman sequel. He posted this photo, which shows a picture of the script and a picture of a anatomical diagram of the brain. Is this a Brainiac movie?
I mean, there's a lot of hints in the world right now that are suggesting Brainiac is coming.
And Man of Tomorrow in the comics is a Brainiac story.
We might see, without spoiling too much and getting ahead of ourselves, there is a possibility that we might be seeing hints of confirmation of what you're asking sooner rather than later.
What do you know?
I'll do it when we get to the Peacemaker talk.
Okay. Back to Disney Plus. That Daredevil show. I think this was announced last week, so sorry if you missed it. It's coming back for season 3. It got greenlit for season 3. They're just wrapping up season 2 right now in terms of filming. It's going to release early next year, and then in the middle of next year, they'll start back up with filming season 3.
So we are doing season 3.
We are doing season 3. Okay. No episode count yet. But this would match the 3 seasons of Daredevil that we got with Netflix, right? Not counting the other stuff.
Was it just 3? Yeah. Oh, yeah. 3 plus Defenders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope he gets to play with other toys. That's just
I need him to get a movie, dude. I need a Daredevil in the movies.
Him back in a movie.
Yeah.
Does he need a movie or does he need to show back up in the movies?
I want him to have his own movie. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Give him a little bit more budget because like, let's be real.
Kind of like how Mandalorian's getting a movie after a couple.
Yeah, no, but let's be real. Let's be real though. Let's be real. There's no difference between a Mandalorian TV show and a movie, but we can see when they're tightening the purse strings on a Daredevil TV show, right? Like, we've complained about the special effects in a Daredevil TV show, and I feel like I would like to see Daredevil with a bigger budget.
I would be interested in Marvel telling a more or less one-shot type story of like a single night, right? And I think Daredevil would be a perfect character to do it with, where you can have this really high action movie, but with relatively low stakes. But given how you structure the story, it doesn't allow time for like worldwide stakes to be set. That makes sense.
Yes.
So I think Daredevil is prime perfectly for that.
Absolutely makes sense. I'm in no way. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I think the problem with the Mando is we can't see a clear difference. But I think what you and I both know is we have gotten TV Daredevil for a while now. Like, and I'm not saying TV Daredevil isn't cool, but can't we just we can't help but like imagine how cool movie Daredevil would be. I think that's the difference.
Like, I need a movie of Daredevil, not a movie of Daredevil and Matt Murdock drama.
Yeah. Well, I like both, but in fairness, like, look at it this way: you don't have to like the movie, more than the show. But I mean, Sam as Captain America had better special effects in the movie than he did in the show, right? Like, he just did. They increased the volume of cool Falcon / Captain America special effects that we got to see in that movie, and I think that's what I want to see in this. So, yes, cool, thumbs up, good with this.
Last 2 bits of news: we are getting a winter version of the Marvel swimsuit issue. God. Same team is going to be doing the main art. Of course,
Greg Land did that one, huh?
Barry Arts. Mm-hmm. And last bit is apparently Brian Michael Bendis is coming back to Marvel. That's
I kind of figured I think Bendis kind of adopted the same strategy that Jeff Loeb does. It's like Jeff Loeb goes back and forth every few years.
You gotta play the field, you gotta pump up your contract price.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. Yeah. Are you ready to talk about Peacemaker or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool.
I don't have the episode title.
Back to the Suture.
Another, dare I say, filler episode.
I like to put it this way. I think it was the final build-up episode to the reveal. It was like, I've known for a while now that, and I know this is getting into the meta of it, but I've known for a while now that James Gunn gave reviewers the first 5 episodes of the show.
Yeah.
And he promised them that the craziest shit happens in episode 6 and 8. So that said, I always knew that we weren't going to get the crazy reveal in the first 5. I just, even once the theory started going crazy, I was like, nah, we're not going to get confirmation of what Dimension X is until at least episode 6. And so I'm not mad. That said, I really did appreciate a lot of the little story elements that we got. Because, you know, like the episode ended with, you know, him checking in on Amelia Harcourt, and, you know, the first thing she replied to him with was copacetic, even though she had all of Argus up her ass at that moment, right? Like they were all there ready, waiting for her to get in contact with him. And we learn in this episode, after the fun flashback of the funeral with Rick Flag and Amelia Harcourt, at Rick Flag Jr.'s funeral. After that, we learn that copacetic was the warning word that they had all agreed on. As an 11th Street kid, if you ever see copacetic, do not come, right? Like, and so I think that's cool that they've in between, you know.
Yeah, it definitely strengthens their connection to each other.
Yeah, and it tells us a good story that that there is more to all of their friendship than we've seen on screen, right? Like we already know that because they keep alluding to like some magical moment that happened on a boat that we have not seen yet too, but we probably will see. But what I like is the unseen stuff that is building their connections, and so it's really cool to know that this group had a word. They had a safe word for to keep each other out of harm. And much to Amelia's displeasure, Chris decides, safe word be damned, I have some answers that I need to given to me before I decide whether or not I even want to stay in this universe. You know what I mean? Like, and in all honesty, let's be real. Like, there is an allegory happening here. Like Chris has had a rough freaking life, honestly, since Suicide Squad, right? Since the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
Like even before that, right? We've learned through flashbacks, he's had a rough freaking life his whole life. Like his dad was terrible to him. And so, but I think whatever's happened, this accumulation of being shit on ever since, you know, the horrible decision of killing Rick Flag Jr. and then even saving the world from, you know, the I forget the butterfly people or whatever they're called. Even saving the world from that, it didn't make things right? And now he's just really in his own head. He's been in his own head the whole season, right? He just can't stop seeing the world as something that hates him and rejects him and doesn't want him. And so I really do think that this season is about, you know, the mental distress that people go through when they're considering suicide, you know, like when they're thinking about.
I think you were gonna say it, but yeah, he's doing the thing. He's going through the, you know, the stages of like of that decision.
But in this reality, instead of that, the alternate is I'll just go to another reality.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So it's a metaphor, right? It's a metaphor for something. And I think that's really cool. And I think that's kind of the power of the song in the intro is the more and more I hear it, the more I almost want to cry, because that song is telling you that even though you've had some rough fucking years and there's always going to be a wrong to your right, you know, and there's always going to be a war somewhere to fight. Like you've got to just keep on keeping on. And I think that's a beautiful thing that song is doing. Like
you're going to take there. Yeah, sure.
Dude, that song is about this, you know, that's what that song is about, is saying, look, man, we all go through hardship, but we got to keep going. We got to keep going. And I think that's a beautiful thing that this story is doing. So even if we get caught in the weeds later on, going down weird ass brainiac rabbit holes or weird theories about which characters are going to turn out to be what. I want it put on the record that I appreciate this show for what the true intent is. You know what I mean? Like I do. I really think that's a cool thing, and I think it's a really. I think John Cena is acting the shit out of it, and so I'm really just proud of the show for doing the things with a superhero story that are unconventional. You know what I mean? But so yeah, it goes horribly wrong when he meets up with Hardcore. It's really a funny scene because like all of Argus is there ready to take him down, and he knows, and so he's like hiding behind children, he's hiding behind puppies, he's hiding behind trees. Like he knows where the line.
He's very self-aware of the situation.
Knows there's a sniper ready to hit him, and so it's pretty funny. He doesn't get the answer he wants, or maybe he does, from Harcourt, and she rejects him. She really just wants him to get out of there to get safety. And then when Sasha Bordeaux reveals herself to be a cyborg and is ready to take a kill shot, Emilia steps in and puts him in a sleeper and takes him out. So he ends up detained, and then that's when shit gets really crazy because Rick Flag wants to apparently kill this guy. It on the surface, it looks like he wants to kill him. He's like, "Hey, close the door, leave us alone in here, close the blind.
They don't book him.
Don't book him, blah, blah, blah," And then Emilia does the only thing she knows she can do to help. She goes to John Economos and says, "You have to book him. You have to book him." And he's like, I need for you to help me just acknowledge something right now, because I often say when we do this show that the true hallmark of a hero story, of a superhero story, is I need to see heroes behaving heroically.
Mm-hmm.
In this season, in these 5 episodes, can you point to a character who has done more heroic things than John Economos? Granted, they may have been reluctant, but a reluctant hero is still a hero.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe Eagly, right?
Yeah.
But Eagly's also an animal. He's just like a good guard dog, I guess. But episode after episode, John Economos has been doing the right thing to look out for the people that he knows are good and don't deserve to be done wrong. And it's a really cool thing. But the moment that got me is when he did, against all his better judgment, he did book him. And everybody started flipping out on him. And then Langston Fleury. I mean, what did you think when he looked at him and said, "That was a good thing you did, John"? Like, this guy's got an arc, doesn't
he? Yeah.
He's gonna have an arc, isn't he? He's not the piece of shit that we thought he was, right?
That doesn't mean I want to see more of him.
Fair enough. That's fine. But did it make you happy that at least you got to see another dimension?
It made me happy that someone else in that building is like, yeah, we probably shouldn't kill this guy. But I do think they do a good job of selling Rick Flag Sr.'s like pain, right?
Yeah. I feel he's 100% justified throughout the show, right? Like everybody has their own perspective, and from his perspective, who as a father wouldn't want to get revenge on the piece of crap that killed their son, who was a good man, right? His son was probably the most decent human being in that Suicide Squad movie. Like, he was actually I actually remember how much I hated him in the first Suicide Squad movie, and then we saw that movie and I was like, where was this Joel Kinnaman the whole time? Because I loved him, and so it really hurt when he died. But yeah, but essentially Peacemaker was like one of the villains of that movie.
Mhm.
right? Like even in the context of that movie, he's presented as that in those final moments of the movie. So you can't really feel bad about Rick Flag Sr.
Did Bloodsport die in that movie?
No, he did not. Like James Gunn has said, I think he's quoted as saying he would like to have Idris come back at some point. Bloodsport did not die in that movie. But yeah, like I mean, the real villains of that movie are Amanda Waller, Starro, and Peacemaker, right? Like those are the villains, like
Yeah.
in different ways. But so it's totally believable that Rick Flag Sr. Would want to kill him, but we learn actually later he reveals to Sasha he wanted it to seem that way. He actually wanted. Well, that's
I
what he
mean,
said.
yeah.
We don't know, but we do know that he is a capable man based on everything we got from Creature Commandos, right?
Mhm.
We have to trust that if it's the same character from Creature Commandos, that maybe he's a little smarter than people believe him to be. So I'm going to give him credit for now that really was his plan. But yeah, Sasha Bordeaux immediately started flirting with him, and it was kind of weird to me. And then
That was a
later,
little out of left field.
yeah, and then later
Like,
on,
oh.
then it got weird because then I found out about this, and I don't know. Oops, wait, is this it? Is this it? Yeah. Is this not going to it? Oh, I'm sharing the wrong version of it, aren't I? Let me try that again. There is a tweet.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've seen it.
No. I have no idea what you're referencing right now.
I'm referencing this tweet. I can't confirm it. I'd rather let you find it, but it has a lot of traction on the internet. But
Can't
there
see it,
is
but
no, you can't see it. What can I do to make this bigger?
oh, I see. Okay.
I think that's as big
Tell your
as I can get it.
friends, better yet, tell your enemies. Huh.
It's fear isn't the mind killer. I am is a poster. It's a poster that's got the Peacemaker logo on it. It's got his license plate depicted underneath a Peacemaker helmet, and there's a lot of cables going all over the place. And people are like, is James Gunn teasing something for the last part of the season? Like, is this even from DC? But the implication that people are well, people are deriving from this image is that maybe we're hinting at a Brainiac. And I actually saw this image before I saw the episode that we're talking about right now. And that got me double questioning Sasha Bordeaux when we learned that she is a cyborg. And she started acting really weird, and especially in the car ride with Rick Flag later at the end of the episode, how she's like staring at him. It was
Well,
kind
her
of
being
weird.
her being a cyborg and Brainiac, like what does connect the dots for me? What does that mean?
I mean, you got to give. Okay, so Brainiac at its core is like the DC version of Ultron.
Yeah.
Right? He can control machines. He can control. I mean, he can also like turn people into machines too. Like that's a different. That's an extra thing he can do. You know what I mean? So like, Brainiac, he's a conqueror. I mean, like depending on versions of him, like he might be one that's trying to collect specimens of every type of thing in the universe and then destroy everything else, or he's just trying to assimilate people, kind of like the Borg. You take your pick, but he's a crazy evil robot, right? Essentially. And so I wouldn't put it past, if like, again, just theory crafting right now. I don't have expectations. I don't care if this is even real or not, but I know that there's a lot of people on the internet that are attached to this idea, and so my thought is, if it's Brainiac, then it would make sense to have spies at the highest level of these government agencies, that are.
Yeah, but he knows she's a cyborg.
Who is he?
Rick Flag.
Yeah, he does, but he might not know that she's compromised. Is what I'm saying. It's like having a virus in your computer. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
I would not like it.
Is it only because I showed it to you?
No, I mean, let's be real. Like, if it's not. I wanted to compare it to the Mephisto Iron Heart thing, but that's the way they told that story made it very. The through line to connect those dots on why Mephisto, a very powerful pillar of the MCU or the Marvel villain, of the Marvel
Mm-hmm.
villains, why he would show up. I mean, why is he the one that shows up?
Yeah, I think
I don't think that makes sense for me here in Peacemaker to have.
Oh yeah, no. So just to be clear, I'm not in any way endorsing or advocating that Brainiac is the villain of Peacemaker. I'm saying that they're showing us seeds to justify a Brainiac showing up in a Superman movie. Do you know what I mean? I think they're planting seeds because they're building a universe right now.
I can't visualize it, so I don't.
Okay.
I don't agree with it.
Okay, that's fine. We'll talk when it happens, and you still don't agree with it. But I don't care either way. But you pointing out that Man of Tomorrow book and asking me Brainiac. Well, it just so happens there's some media circulating right now that there may be a Brainiac hint showing up in Peacemaker.
Could
that's all I'm saying.
Tentacles also be another thing?
Not off the top of my head. Not like those. I mean, those look like wires. Those don't look like tentacles. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of wires. Brainiac's the wire guy, man. That's what he is. But I'm sure there's other stuff we can think of. But it got me thinking of that's interesting. Like, if Brainiac is able to control all the cyborgs, this could be bad for people who have been employing Sacha Bordeaux or the engineer. You know what I mean? He could have an army of pretty crazy characters that have been peppered into the universe.
Sure, that means we ain't getting a real cyborg in this universe.
Possibly, who knows? The other, if you want to go down a real rabbit hole, and I think I already told you this one the other day, but the other fan theory is that Langston Fleury is the Martian Manhunter.
I would hate that. I would throw this entire universe out the window if that were the case. I think you would too. I don't think you want that either.
I don't think I would hate it, but I do question why James Gunn said in his podcast last week that he auditioned over 300 people for the role of Langston Fleury.
You're questioning the man who notoriously had to replace actors post filming. I think people take, we talked about this, people take that as he's serious about his work, or he just fucking sucks at casting.
For sure. And to your point, to support your point, let's jump around back to the B plot of the story, because we were basically talking about the A plot, right? Is Chris and getting detained, getting released because Economos saved him, and then Chris finally makes the decision, screw this, I'm out. I'm leaving this whole dimension. Bye, guys. I love you. And him and Eagly dip out, right? But the B plot is Eagly. And Eagly versus Red Saint Wild, who we just got done talking about last week, was actually played by Michael Rooker only after they replaced him with somebody else. And I didn't know how long that part was going to be, but wow, it was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, because
thank God. I was You know what? I
You
take
love
credit
that
back from
part.
last week. I'm happy that he just like showed up. He did his thing. We got this cool Eagly bit lore, whatever you want to call it. Eagly's a prime eagle,
I don't even know what it means, man.
and nobody's the wiser, right? Because the Eagly just shows back up, and Peacemaker's like, "Oh, there you are."
Yeah,
Well,
I think
Eagly, it's Perry. Do you ever watch Phineas and Ferb? You're obviously probably way too old,
probably too old.
but that's like the whole B plot every episode with their pet Perry the platypus, who's like the super detective spy. He just goes on these crazy ass adventures every week, all the while no one knows what he's just a pet. So
Yeah,
I'm happy that the restraint to for them to do the loop and then close it immediately.
they did close that loop, right? It was pretty cool. But that was a bonkers little story, right? Like the gun
Sure.
that guy busted out was like, I wish I had 3D glasses for that gun. It was so hilarious looking. Or like him, like my wife, which I watched the episode again today, just to be ready because we watched it last week and stuff. And my wife, Lindsay's in the room when we're watching him trank drug, put lethal toxins into that dead rat. And then when that fox sweeps in and gets it before Eagly does, she just looks at that fox. She goes, "That poor fox." And I'm like, "It's a CG fox. It's not even real. It's not even a real fox. What are we doing here?" But yeah, no. It reminded me of cartoons that I've watched before too, for sure. Maybe Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm trying to think of other cartoons, but we get it, right? Like there's where the pet goes on zany adventures that like. I think The Simpsons has even done it with Santa's Little Helper. Honestly, there's been entire episodes devoted to that dog going on crazy adventures that they don't even get to know about. There's tons of there's tons of stories like that, but it was nice to see that story get wrapped up because it was bananas, right? It was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
it was
like,
bananas. It honestly didn't need to be there, but you know we got it and it's over. I'm happy. It was a cool, like I'm not gonna say like it wasn't a fun scene either. Like it was Eagly like wrangled up his buddies.
he
Yeah,
did
and
the
he shows up with the
exact thing.
finger.
He did the exact same thing that Red Scent Cloud said only the Prime Eagle can do, is right,
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
unify eagles and bring them to hunt
And then the
together and
symbol
stuff.
shows up on his face.
I know, right? Oh my god, it's so stupid. I love it. We probably won't
Like
ever know what
I
that is
hope
this season.
we don't do anything like this again this season, or
Yeah.
again like in season 3. Like
Oh, you got to get
yeah,
a little bit more of
I
it in
don't need
season
Eagle. Like
3.
I just maybe like in the finale of season 3, where like all hope is lost and Eagly shows up with these fucking murder of eagles, but and everyone's just like questioning what's happening.
So we can fast forward to the end of the episode, which is
Mm-hmm.
uh Peacemaker and Eagly say goodbye to this dimension, and they go through the door, and with unknown to them, Judo Master follows them. He leaves a little note and he signs it with Cheeto stains, which is hilarious because I mean everybody will know that that's Judo Master, right? Like that's a pretty good way to signature your stuff. And so he goes there, and he his brother comes in the room. He's like, "What are you doing, man? We got to go fight a kaiju." And he's like, "What the hell is that?" He's like, "Oh, rescue bird name's Eagly. He's my sidekick now." And he's just like laughs at Christopher. He's like, "What? All right, let's go, man." And I can't help but wonder, why did this Christopher never have an Eagly? Why is that? Like, there's so many questions, right? Like we
Mm-hmm.
just like, and I think that's what the amazing part about this episode, which is why I don't feel it was a filler episode, because I am now bursting at the seams, ready for next week to know, or this week, I guess, that Thursday, to know how many of my questions are going to be answered. Because we're gonna get at least something, right? I need to know why this is his first eagle. I need to know what the hell happens to Judo Master when he gets caught in this dimension.
Oh,
I
he's
don't.
done. He's the example.
It's better him than ads, though, right? Like my heart was breaking last week when it seemed like he might take ads into that door to show her. I was like, please don't take her, because she is like the heart and soul of that team, and yeah. But then also, like, it was rough to see Adrian's reaction. Like,
yeah, he was crying. He's really crying.
Adrian has become more of a real person this season than he was last season, right? Like, you were giving him a lot of shit last season for just being Deadpool, right? But
yeah, budget Deadpool.
But I think he's more a special needs person that has a lot of big emotions.
Well,
And
I'm not saying that.
I just said special needs. I just said special needs. All right, that's all I said. But he did say in the first season that he experiences emotions differently than other people. And so I think we saw. Now you're saying stuff.
That's what you're trying to say.
No, that's what you're saying. But it was really sad to see how he experienced those emotions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that was a moment where I think you could, from a storytelling point, you could use that for laughs, or you can use that for cries or drama.
Yeah.
And I applaud them for doing the latter, because like we were talking before, like what the kind of allegory this is all for. When that person leaves you, it's like, oh, it's a sad time. And I'm the restraint that I think James Gunn showed there was really neat.
The whole episode is restraint, with the exception of, here, we'll do an Eagly cartoon bit.
Yeah.
Right? But I think you're right. Like, I think the rest of it, like, even Langston, like, had a moment of real, genuine humanness, like, to him. And that was off-putting. It was really off-putting. And so, but it was in a good way. So I think, I think this episode really did, like, sell that allegory of, like, this is what it would be like, to lose a friend. And then, in the superhero way at the very end, Harcourt's like, grab that thing. We're going to go get Chris, and it's like, okay, cool. Now we can go on our crazy superhero adventures, right? Because there hasn't been a lot of superheroing going on in this season of the show. Hell, Vigilante hasn't put the suit on once in 5 episodes.
No, I mean? Like, you're right.
Like, so it's time. It's time to do. We had 5 good episodes of human moments in a show that shouldn't be about that. So I applaud them for that. But let's get bonkers next week. I'm excited. So yeah, I love this episode.
I can't wait. I'm happy. This, again, this is very much a Peacemaker story, through and throughout. Even though obviously they're trying to build this world
with Brainiac and Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, with Brainiac and Martian Manhunter. So I would hope that it's not. But see, to that point,
I really don't care.
From last week's conversation, I think we got to know who the big bad is next week, right? Like, it can't. I don't think the big bad can just be Nazi universe.
I think we've always known the big bad is his dad and his brother. But it might be that whole damn universe. But who knows? Yeah, you could be right. There could be something else. Who knows? Maybe Brainiac took over that dimension.
Sure.
Maybe that's what that dimension is. Maybe he is. Who knows? Maybe that's what that is. Maybe Brainiac.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
Or is he living? He's a living robot, right? That's what he's.
He eventually evolves to have like there are future versions of him that are organic. They have organic matter also. But he's a machine. He's always a machine.
I mean, that'd be a choice for Brainiac to make the universe white, but.
But would you be okay with it if he's the leader of that dimension?
Brainiac? No.
Okay.
I would need an explanation to why a robot who shouldn't discriminate based on
All right.
right? Like,
Why don't we let it play out and see how this goes?
okay.
Let's see. But what?
Yeah.
How about this? How about I rephrase the question? Would you be interested if the villain of that universe snuck away into this universe
Sure.
to cause more shenanigans?
100%. Yeah.
All right.
Let's
Then
do it.
let them weave their web and let's see if it stands up to the Ricky's I'm gonna be pissed meter.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we ran a long day.
A little bit. It's a good episode. It's a good show.
Well, I guess catch us next Tuesday. We'll talk about the next episode, Peacemaker, and Marvel Zombies episodes 1 through 4, which come out later today.
All right.
Yeah. Until then, true believers.